Cheers.
Here we are again.
Here we are again.
I'll wait for you to go first.
I know, I tried to stagger it last time too, but I realized that it just made it for an extra awkward pause, so.
Now we have all this?
I don't.
How was your week? What's been going on?
My week was fine. Okay. Well, no, it wasn't good.
Fair.
A lie.
Fair.
It was bad.
Yeah.
But it's better now, and the weekend's been good.
Okay.
So we'll leave it at that.
Good vague answer.
Yeah.
How's your reading been this week?
It was okay. I didn't read a lot because of what was going on, but I did this morning. I was listening to this nonfiction book called The Barn by Wright Thompson, I think.
Just light reading.
That it's about
Emmett Till.
It's about Emmett Till. It's kind of like, I would say, actually, the majority of the book is actually just about Mississippi in general and the culture of Mississippi that leads up to this killing of Emmett Till, which was good. And then I also finished this morning The Trees. So I actually had a very good reading morning.
Okay.
By Percival Everett, which is also the
Cool.
The synopsis of this book is there's some detective, there's a murder scene, and there's one dead white guy and one dead black guy, and the dead black guy looks like Emmett Till, and then a whole bunch of dead white guys are popping up, and always at the scene is this dead black guy, and you're trying to figure out the mystery. So there was a little bit of a crossover between the two. Both were really good, so I would recommend either one.
Okay.
I mean, the Trees, I think, is better in terms of The Barn was fine.
It's also,
but The Barn is nonfiction. Yeah. But he's like a journalist, so he writes in narrative style, so it's definitely interesting. It's not like a dry nonfiction. And he's from Mississippi. It's a white guy, his family's legacy is farmers in Mississippi, which is very much a part of it. And kind of at the end, he lets you know why he chose to write it as a white guy. And it has to do with can't pretend like this isn't our history, and that we can't pretend like our families, like it's the white people in Mississippi, that we weren't. That are somewhere down the line, that we didn't do something awful, or have slaves or whatever, and just making sure that they're learning the history in Mississippi, because I watched an interview with him, and he said still in Mississippi schools they don't talk about it, and, he never even knew about Emmett Till growing up, just wasn't brought up, even though it happened right down the road from where he grew up. So anywho, that was good. And then the Percival Everett one is funny, kind of disturbing at times, emotional, all the things.
I feel like the last few years I've just been reading more of him, and I like everything I read so far. I'm going to read The Trees next.
Yeah. And then I also started The Caste, which is another nonfiction. I can't remember.
That sounds so familiar.
Yeah, she wrote another nonfiction that won her the Pulitzer.
Oh, do you mean Caste?
Caste.
Is it E?
Yeah.
Charmaine Wilkerson?
Yeah, I don't know what her name is.
Wrong.
No, Caste. It's about the caste system, the unspoken caste system in America.
Yeah, she wrote The Warmth of Other Suns.
Yes.
Isabel.
Yes.
Isabel. I'm going to find it because I literally just downloaded it on audio.
It's actually very good immediately. I would say she starts with the 2016 election and
Isabel
things that
Wilkerson.
happen. And then she talks about the warmth of other suns, and that's where when she was studying the Jim Crow South, she realized racism wasn't a strong enough word for what was happening, and realized that it was a caste system. And then that's kind of what sparked this, and she started studying 3 major caste systems in the world: the one in India, the one in Germany in World War II, and the one in America. So it's pretty good.
You just started reading this? Mm-hmm. That's literally the next book I have on audio to read. Because I actually like listening to nonfiction as opposed to reading it. Lately, I've found that I really enjoyed that.
No, I was listening.
Oh, yeah.
It's very good. Yeah.
Okay.
So well written. And then I think the next book I was planning on reading either the Safekeep, which I think won the International Booker a couple of years ago. It's a Netherlands or a Dutch writer. And it's about these 2 women in the 1960s.
2024 debut novel.
I've heard very good things. Or Human Acts. Or maybe this. Brenda just got me this book.
It's February 1st. This is her Christmas gift. I just gave it to her.
Which is a hilarious book. I think we talked about it before.
Coyote on top, yeah.
Maybe I'll read that.
That
I don't
would be
know.
the perfect
We'll
palate
see.
cleanser after all the heavy hitters you're reading.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Okay.
How about you? What did you?
I was waiting to see if she would ask me.
You read a lot of things this week.
I read a lot. It's been, I feel it's been a huge week. We're recording this February 1st, and there's just been in the world so much that has been going on, and in everyone's lives around me so much that is going on, and I feel like I've been really raw to the emotions around me. So I feel I have been relying on audiobooks, lighter audiobooks to escape a little bit. To relax, to rest in between all the things I'm doing. So I read, I have some books I'm still reading, but I read A House with Good Bones, which is T. Kingfisher, and is a horror book. Mm-hmm. So, light. But I don't know. It's like it's a kind of a haunted house story.
Horror books aren't that scary.
They're not that horrific.
Yeah.
They're kind of cozy horror.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
And then I read this book called This Is How It Always Is by Laurie Frankel. It came out quite a while ago, and it's the story of this family. They have like 5 sons. And one of the sons has gender dysmorphia, and pretty early on, like by the age of 4 or 5, knows that he is a woman, she is a girl. And it's told from the parents' perspective of them kind of trying to figure out how to do the right parenting to support their child as they bring them up, and just what that looks like, and where they fail, and where things don't go well. And it's a little aged, but it's quite a lovely story. I'm also reading, let's see. Oh, we're going to talk about this one, but I've had some rereads.
I'll help you.
Some
rereads.
Rereading James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time, because again, I feel like there's so many things in here that are just like he could be speaking about the events of the week. And in one, I have to actually, because I was listening to the last 20 minutes of it right when you came in the house today, and he's talking about how when World War II happened, they were like, we didn't think it could ever get this bad, this couldn't happen to us. And he's like, Black people always knew it could happen to us. And that's the exact same rhetoric we're hearing right now, where people in the U.S. are like, we didn't think it could get this bad here. We shouldn't be afraid in the streets. But Black people are like, we've always been afraid in the streets, and we've never had this. Anyway, it's really beautiful. This is essays. This is not fiction. And then I picked this up. I was in New York for a writing conference, and I picked up Roberto Bolaño, which subconsciously someone had recommended to me, and I had completely forgotten about it and was attracted by the snake.
Yeah, it's a good cover. It's a very good cover.
And because it was slim and I was traveling and needed to be able to...
lady going on, or man, whatever that is, going on in the
with the
cover.
erased face. But this is one of those books that's no chapters and no spacing. And so I kind of paused on it because I was like, I need to be able to sit down and kind of read it.
Yeah.
And then I'm always reading a lot of things. I picked up this also in New York. That's a lie. Maybe it's not a lie. I don't remember. It's called The Otherwhere Post by Emily J. Taylor. It's a YA book, and she wrote Hotel Magnifique, which is really have you read it?
No.
I can't remember. Okay. It's really a fun book. The conceit of it is this woman wants to work in this traveling hotel. And the hotel, once you go inside, once you open the door again, you're in a completely different place. The hotel travels.
Oh, yeah.
And it's super magical and dark and really fun. So.
What did you call that? Because you have a book that's like that, and there's a name for it, like a magical door book or something?
Portal fantasy.
Portal fantasy.
It's not actually a portal fantasy.
Oh,
though.
okay.
Because, I can't think of how... Well, okay, it's not a portal fantasy because it's portal fantasy. There's like one other world you go to when you exit reality. It's a contemporary world.
You can't have multiple portals?
You can, but it's normally... You people can correct me if I'm wrong, but normally portal fantasy is you start in contemporary or in the realistic world.
Yeah, and then you go somewhere else.
This is like none of this is real world.
Got it. Okay.
It's just that it's like instead of getting on a plane, you go into the hotel.
Got it. Okay.
Anyway, really fun. This one is about scriptomancy.
What? Yes, scriptomancy.
You know,
everybody knows that.
It's also a made-up thing. It's a dangerous magic.
This one's about scriptomancy.
I mean, you can kind of figure it out.
I literally have no idea what that means.
It's a dangerous magic that allows couriers to enchant letters and deliver them to other worlds. So in this one, there are other worlds where the doors have been closed. So the only way you can communicate with people behind the closed doors is through scriptomancy.
Hilarious. Thought maybe you were writing to bring people back from the dead or something.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm not very far into it. And then finally, that was like 10 books. I picked up Barracoon by Zora Neale Hurston because I'm trying to read more nonfiction. And I barely have started this. It's a little book, so I'll tell you more next time.
Well, what is it about?
The story of the story of the last black cargo.
Oh,
so another light book. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been reading. It's been a very read heavy week, as well as act heavy week is what I was gonna say.
That sounds like you were putting on a performance.
Oh no, I mean as an action oriented week.
Yeah.
Taking action.
Yeah.
But yeah, today's episode is entitled All About Love.
Happy February.
Happy February. Happy month of love, of all kinds of love. And that's what we're here to celebrate, is all the kinds of love. But before we get into our main topic, do you want to do our magical mystical bowl? I moved it so you don't have to look behind you.
Oh. I was like, well, I don't see it anywhere. It's in front of me.
The magical mystical bowl of
your
book
turn
prompts.
to
I
do
do
the
think it is my turn.
prompting.
I'm going to pick something and you're going to be like, nope, I can't do that one.
She already picked one and I couldn't think of it. Because I guess I have no creativity in my head right now. Uh-oh.
You've had a lot of repeats. Okay, this one here. Okay.
Can you read it?
I got it. Ooh. Okay, this is a book you would recommend to your mom.
Oh, that's really hard because I've tried to recommend a couple books to my mom and I realize she is not in her reading era. I don't think she's having, never mind. She's not in her reading era.
Okay.
When
that's
she hard,
is in her reading era,
I'll tell you the last book the last book I recommended to her, and I think that there was a time that she would have really liked it. It was Trust.
By Hernan Diaz?
Yeah, the book that won the Pulitzer.
Really intense one.
Yeah, well, but she really likes everything he was talking about, or themes that she enjoys.
Stock market?
Yeah, she likes economics and things like that. There was a time period where she was like super in depth with economics and like learning all about it. So that's why I recommended it to her. I think she would have liked it, but she started reading it like I bought it for her, and she said she started reading it, but it was too dense and she wasn't into reading. So it was like, yeah, that book's definitely not going to work for you if you don't even want to read. And then to only your mom or your dad too?
No, it said mom.
Okay, never mind.
Nope, cut it off.
Sorry, Dad.
We're not talking about
my
dads
parents
today.
do watch this, so that my dad's like, "What about me?"
Sorry, Dad. Another day. Okay, so book I would recommend to my mom. I'm also going to do the last one I recommended, which was many years ago. I haven't recommended a book to her in a while. My mom. Fact about my mom: mom does not like sad things, and I read a lot of traumatic books.
Yeah.
I will never forget. Short aside. Do you know the movie Life is Beautiful?
Yeah. The black and white movie, yeah. That's sad at the end.
It's about concentration camps and
yes.
Everybody dies. And...
It's like a movie that always comes on during Christmas, or is that a different one?
No, we are not talking about the same movie. You're talking about what
oh yeah. Then Life is Beautiful is it was Italian.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes, got it.
I will never forget my many years ago when I was like a teenager, and my older sister was like, "Hey everyone, we should watch this incredible movie." And my mom was actually angry, and my mom never gets angry. She was angry at my sister for recommending it because it made her cry so much, and it made her so sad, and like, yeah. So anyway, no sad books. So the book, on that note, this is related. I recommended her Michelle Obama's first book because it's so hopeful and inspiring.
It's a good one.
And maybe a little out of her comfort zone. And I believe she actually read it.
Did she like it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That is a very good book.
Yeah, it is a very good book. So that would be it. Okay.
Cool. Here we go.
All about love. We are gonna... No, I'm not gonna sing. We're gonna talk about love.
Please do. Brief interlude for you to sing.
I'm feeling a little too contained right now. It's sunny outside. It's not been sunny in a while.
Yeah, it's very springy here.
Yeah, I'm like, can we just turn this off
and
and
we
go
are aware
outside?
that it's January, so we are so lucky.
Yeah.
It's about to be like in the 70s this week, so I'm very excited for that.
So we each picked out books. Paige would not tell me what her books were in advance.
I wanted it to be a surprise.
Yeah, so instead of in other episodes where we accidentally do it wrong.
Or have different interpretations of the same prompt.
We intentionally maybe will have interpreted the prompt differently.
Intentionally?
I don't know. Well, because we didn't tell each other what the books were.
But we did talk about like what we chose like from multiple genres and whatever.
That means nothing.
And that just meant it was just about love.
Yeah, but that can okay. I don't feel like that's very concrete.
Okay.
Okay, fair. Anyway, so I'm gonna make Paige go first. We each have 5 books to share.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make
I
Paige
do
go
have some
first.
honorable mentions, but only because I am the romance reader. So I felt like I didn't name any of the. I'll start with the honorable mentions because that's the easiest. I didn't name any of the big romance writers because if you read romance, you probably read them. What I would say is like if you have thought like, oh, should I try Emily Henry? I would say yes, Emily Henry is big because she's good at writing romance. But I would say is you have to find the one that works for you because like the first one of hers I read, I didn't really like that much. I liked enough to read another from her, but whatever. So my like honorable mention from her is, what is it called? I always want to say the name of a movie. Funny Story. I always want to say Funny People, which is a movie from like the 90s or the early 2000s or something. Anyways, so that's my honorable mention. I only put on one traditional romance book.
Oh, okay, good.
And I chose an author that I feel like less people know about. I've only read 2 of hers. I chose the first one I read, which was Just Last Night. Gosh, I hope that's right. By Mhairi McFarlane. She's like a British, English, Scottish writer. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry, Mhairi, if you're watching. And I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Brenda will put the title above. But it's a closed door romance, meaning like there's no like smuttiness. And it's basically, it's kind of like about a friend group. And like there's one of the friends dies. And you're kind of flashing back and forth between the time when the friend passes away and where the friend group is now.
Okay.
And then a romance is developing between some of them. So it's really good. It's really well balanced of like good romance. Like the actual romance is really good. Great yearning. She's great at yearning. I feel like closed door romances are the best with yearning.
Yeah.
Because you really got to, if you're going to make it only a kiss, you really got to build up that yearning so that it's a payoff.
That's why Christian romance really knows how to do.
But and then it really had good like friendship relationships, different types of love relationship throughout, and like good representation of like actual human emotions, I guess, or like how humans actually act in the world. So that's my first
What's
book.
it called again?
Just Last Night.
I don't think I've heard you talk about that one before.
I think I told you about it after I read it, but I read it a while ago,
Okay.
like I think a year ago or something.
Okay. Well, I will pick my most traditionally romance book. Actually, I have a few, but they're not actually romance genre-ish. Enough said. My first pick is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Have you read Eleanor and Park?
Oh, no, but I read the other one by her.
Fangirl? The Harry Potter rewrite?
Yes. Which one was that called? Snow something.
It's those are good romances too.
Yeah, they are. That's cute.
Carry On is one of them. Yeah,
Yes.
there's 3. Okay, Rainbow Rowell, Eleanor and Park. I believe it's marketed as YA. It's the story of these 2 teens, and it's like if John Hughes wrote a book. That kind of a romance.
Okay. Yeah.
But more progressive than John Hughes.
Yeah.
And it's just the sweet. It's like the sweetest nerds. They're not nerds, but like they don't quite fit in, and they're unique in their own way. It's set in the 80s. That's how it feels, very John Hughes. And they meet on the school bus, and Park is like a Korean American who is not uncool, but he's not with the cool crowd. And then Eleanor is definitely picked on, and she has just transferred into the school and is riding on the bus with him, and they start to get to know each other. And it's just so cute. It's such a like classic teenage romance story of young teen love. And Eleanor her family situation is really bad. Her mother has a live-in boyfriend who is abusive to her and predatory toward Eleanor. And so that causes a lot of conflict as the book goes on, with her finding kind of a home with Park's family, who are very loving and kind, and trying to figure out how to do life as a teenager in that circumstance, and first young love. It's very sweet. So yeah, that would be my first book. Would be Eleanor and Park.
The next one is I have 2 on here that you would not think of as romance whatsoever. Well, they're not romance, but it is about love.
Yeah.
And that the first one I have 2 on here that are like, what? That's not, there's no love in that, but I disagree. And the first one is Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake, which is basically the premise of that book is there's a very wealthy family, their father passes away, and all the brothers and sisters are coming back home for the reading of the will. And you're kind of have a snapshot of this family for this weekend. And each of them have their own romantic relationships.
Okay.
It is a very dysfunctional family, and I chose it because it's like, what happens when you come from a family that shows you love in a certain way, and how do all these siblings now interact with the world based on that, and interact in relationships based on that, and interact with each other? So it's like sibling love, familial love, it has romance love in it. If you like Succession, you'll like this book.
That is not where I thought you were going to be. I was thinking about Bridgerton, because it's like a whole family.
No, it's
and
modern
they
day.
all fall in love. Oh,
It's not romance. It's not romance.
Yeah, but just like going through all the different sibling stories made me think of Bridgerton.
Yeah, it's not like Bridgerton at all. Wipe that from your brain, because it's like,
I just mostly felt like we should talk about Bridgerton since it just came out. And this is all about love.
it's about
I was
a
just trying to
family
plant it in
dynamic.
there, okay?
Yeah, it's not. There's nothing Bridgerton related. It's like Succession.
I tried.
That type of family dynamic.
I mean, I know we're supposed to talk about books, but I kind of feel like it's topical right now.
You want to go into it right now
Right
about
now.
Bridgerton? Bridgerton is top of her mind because she just finished it.
I just finished
okay.
it.
What would you like to say, or what's top of mind about Bridgerton?
Well, I just am curious because for those of you who are Bridgerton folks, the last 2 seasons I've watched, but like just haven't been as good, and have almost been too painfully romancy. And they just released the first 4 episodes of the 4th, 5th, whatever season, and I felt immediately drawn back in.
Oh yeah, I liked it so much more than the last.
And it's
two,
very much like very obviously a Cinderella story. But there's real chemistry between the characters.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I felt like the pacing also was like better.
Yeah, I felt like for me, the second season, I didn't personally feel like the couple had any chemistry, but like I felt like it was still fun to watch with someone because it was like kind of badly and funny. Like it was fine. It was watchable to me.
Just like,
and I have watched it again. Like it's watchable. For me, the third season, I don't even think I finished it. I don't think we finished it because I think it became unwatchable.
Were we watching it when we were traveling? We were like rewatching it traveling. And
No,
then
that
we
was
were like,
season 2.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That was the one that we enjoyed because we had watched it separately and then we watched together traveling in England, and it was much better with a friend.
Yeah.
And then that we tried to watch the third season together, and I think we just gave up. We both were like, never
too
mind.
painful.
So then we didn't even bother telling each other we were going to watch it because it was like I didn't want to like create a thing of her and I watching it together and then have it be bad again. So I was like, I'm just going to see if I even like it. And I thought this one was much better.
Yeah.
I think that they probably got the feedback from the past 2
sure.
seasons and
I'm
tightened
sure.
it up.
But I don't know. I also really like the character of Benedict.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Um,
I wasn't sure how I'd feel about him because I didn't really have any feelings about him prior. Either way, I liked him a little bit as a side character, but as a side character, I wasn't sure how I'd feel about him being front and center, or if it would be too much of him. And I was like, oh no, you're doing great.
Yeah, he was always because he's an artist, so he's always my favorite. You know,
Yeah.
gotta love the boys sketching in their little sketch pads obsessively. But I just loved. We already talked about this, but in the last episode,
Oh, yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
This moment where the two characters are like
spoiler. So don't.
If you haven't watched episode 4,
fast forward.
The two characters, two love interests, are like having a moment coming together and getting hot and heavy, and it's like super steamy and romantic. And then he pulls away from her, and he's like, "Be my mistress," and she's just like, "What? No," and like leaves and just walks away. And it just is so good because I just feel like that's such a relatable feeling of like you feel like you're so in sync with a person, and then they say something in the heat of the moment that you're like, "Oh my god, no,
you ruined this.
How did you think that's what I wanted to hear?
Yeah, why would you think that would make me feel good in any way, shape, or form?"
Yeah. Anyway, I just felt like we had to have a nod to Bridgerton in the middle of our All About Love.
Yeah, I was sad that I could only see the first 4. I think the second 4 come out at the end of February.
So we'll tell you about it next time.
Yeah.
I mean, it is related to books because it's based on a series of books that you and I will never read.
True story.
That's too far. Romance. Okay, you just did Gifted and Talented. Olivia Blake. I'm trying to figure out what a good follow-up. Okay, I'm going to stay in... Actually, I'll go to an adult book. We've talked about this book before, but Madeline Miller, The Song of Achilles. And it came out in 2011. That was a good one. Yeah. And oh man.
That's
so
a great
beautiful
romance.
And it is told from the perspective
I didn't even think of that one. It's a good one.
I'm not going to say his name right because I don't know Greek. Patroclus?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah, in my head I was like, yeah. That sounds right.
That's good.
Don't correct us.
Who is in love with Achilles. And like, I don't know how... It's beautiful. Go read it. It's beautiful, and it's also so heart-wrenching because they love each other, but like Achilles' love is a very different kind of love than Patroclus' love for Achilles, and his love is so pure, and by pure I mean like truly unselfish. Whereas Achilles' love is he's very self-obsessed. He's Achilles. Nothing's wrong with him. He doesn't have a little sore spot on his heel. Nerd joke. Anyway. Yeah, so that is my adult pick. I didn't really do a lot of adult love books, but I just remember reading their love story of these two men in battle in this very like macho world. Yeah. I might actually, that might be a book I can reread. I think I can. It's been 15 years since it came out. It's a good one. You read it. Do you have any comments on?
Everything I just said. That was a good one.
Everything you just said?
Well, I mean, like, while you were talking, I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good one. I forgot.
I was like, what were you saying
That's all I needed to say. That was a good one.
Okay.
Well chosen.
Great. Thank you. Okay. Next.
Okay, my next one is also an oddball one, and then I will return to more ones that make more sense. My next one is a dark academia one, and I feel like if you read a lot of dark academia, you'll probably understand why, but if you've never read dark academia, you might be like, what? But it's If We Were Villains.
Really?
Yes, I knew you would be confused by this, but...
I mean, I love this book.
It's by M.L. Rio, and I can't actually say how love ties into the book because it's a spoiler, but it is a big part of it. It is a type of love. I'm not sure if it's a healthy love, but it is a type of love, and I felt like we needed to have different representations of type of loves that you can have.
I've got more.
So this one, I'm like, it could be seen as maybe a little toxic, unhealthy, but the premise of this book is you start the book with there's been a murder.
That's such a great
the
book.
person who was or who confessed to the murder is getting out of jail, and he's talking with the detective who put him in jail. And the detective's like, I want you to, he can't be like tried again or whatever, however that works with murder.
Whatever.
And the detective's like, I know you didn't do it. I want to know the real story. So then you're flashing back to this time in college, and it's these college kids who are obsessed with Shakespeare. They're drama students, and they're at this small liberal arts college in, I don't know, the middle of somewhere. America, somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember where it was set, but it was a small liberal arts college.
But
I felt like it was in the middle of America, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't remember where it was set other than small liberal college, and that's all you really need to know. And then you're finding out, because the person who was killed was their friend. So you got some friend dynamics going on.
Yeah.
You got some young love romance dynamics going on. And then you got some repressed love going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
okay.
also, it's a really good book, so I highly recommend. So, like, in terms of, like...
It's not a romance in any way.
No, it's not a romance.
There's not even... I wouldn't even think of romance as, like, a track of it, but there are types of love in it.
Yes.
So
neither is gifted and talented.
Yeah. So if you're kind of, like, coming to this episode, like, this is not about romance. This is
it's about love. Yes, it's a dark academia book. It's about types of love. Gifted and talented is just a contemporary book.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that it might be a fantasy book, but the type of fantasy that it's set in modern. Do these people have powers? I can't remember. Olivia Blake writes fantasy as well, and I can't remember is it just contemporary or if she mixed in some fantasy with it. I really can't remember. It doesn't matter either way. It's not a romance book. Is the point. Okay, that's my
Okay, so my non-expected pick. I went to a lot of YA for this prompt because that's just I feel like YA has such good examples of all the kinds of love. And I picked The Ones We're Meant to Find, which I don't think you know about.
No.
I highly recommend it. It's by Joan He. And this book is about sister love, the love between two sisters. And it is actually a kind of sci-fi fantasy. And the book opens with this girl waking up on an island alone with no memory of how she got there. The only thing she remembers is that she has a sister and her name is Kay and she needs to find her. And then it goes to the perspective of a young person, and I have to look at the name again. I wrote it down. A young 16-year-old like STEM prodigy named KC, and she lives in this eco-city that was like built to by people who actually cared for the planet to protect them from the planet when dystopian things got bad. And the whole book is about how they find each other, but then with elements of dystopia and environmentalism woven through, and it's just a really beautiful look at familial love. And I really love it. I think it's a great read. I would recommend it.
I have a sister love one too, and I'm happy you said that because it sparked what that other one was. It's If the River Has Roots by you do. She's the person who
you do.
You said you weren't sure you wanted to read it because you didn't like her previous book, which was Isabel. This Is How You Lose the Time War.
Nope, not the same book I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anyways, I don't remember who wrote it, so could you look it up, please?
Yeah, I'm looking up right now.
But that book, I listened to it, and I highly recommend. And first of all, so the book is a fantasy book, and it is about these two sisters, so it definitely has sister love. Who is it about?
El Motar.
It also does have a romance in it. One of the sisters falls in love with a fae. But what's fun about the audiobook specifically is the book is very magical, lyrical, very like fairy tale. It's a very fairy tale book. But the writer's sister plays the harp throughout because a big part of it is music. Part of the magic is music. I think one of the sisters does something with the harp, and her sister's playing the harp throughout, and it's really beautiful.
Were you listening to this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying audiobook.
Okay, I blacked that part out because I normally don't care if it's audio or not until you said the harp was very beautiful, and I went, oh, what? Do you have a good imagination?
Yeah, she wasn't listening. What I said was I particularly recommend the audiobook because the sister is playing the harp throughout it. Anytime music needs to be used as magic, she has her sister playing the harp and singing, and it's really, really fun. But that one, it's very short. You could listen to it in a day. But that was really just a lovely
I'm glad you brought that one up because I remember you telling me about it and I wanted to read it and I forgot to actually write it down. So now I will. So that's a sister love story.
It has a romance in it as well, an LGBTQ romance, but it's more about the sisters. But one of the sisters falls in love with a fairy.
Oh, right.
You can tell Brenda's a really great listener.
Okay, I'm also looking up and fact checking you while we're talking. So it's I can't do two things at once. So if I'm looking up the author in the background,
that's what's going on.
That's what's going on. Okay. guess I have to look at my notes because I have a terrible memory.
Fair enough.
Okay. One more YA book. This one is by Mason Deaver, and it's called I Wish You All the Best. And this is another charming, feel-good love story, also with traumatic elements in it. It's the story of Ben, who is non-binary and is going to a new school because they're thrown out of their house by their parents. And I can't remember who they move in with. Their sister? They move in, oh yeah, their sister. So enroll in a new school and are dealing with, they're not sure at the beginning, they're not sure if they want to come out at school yet or not. They came out to their parents, that didn't go well. They're not sure if they want to be out at school. So the story is, it's a coming of age story and coming of being story. But they do meet someone, Nathan, and fall in love with Nathan. And the romance between them is just like so sweet and beautiful. And like, it's this book where it's not just, I feel like so often books that feature like coming out stories are very traumatic and very painful. But this book had a lot of celebration and images of joy and life and happiness. And I just really, really appreciated Mason Deaver for that. And Mason Deaver wrote another book more recently that was pretty good too. Not the same tone, I would say. The character is a little less likable, I think. But I really like Mason Deaver. They write lovely YA kind of cutesy romance books.
Nice.
Yeah, so Mason Deaver.
Perfect. Okay, my last one is my newest, or my like most recent read that I was like, oh my god, I love this book. And it's Heart the Lover by Lily King.
Oh yeah, so many people love this book right now.
It's so good, man. It's about like, it's a coming of age a little bit. It's like you have this woman who is an adult in her middle ages. Did I say that right? In her middle ages.
Adult in her middle ages, yeah.
Okay, that sounds like, I don't know why to my brain that makes me think of
Maybe
the Middle Ages.
A middle-aged woman.
A middle-aged woman sounds better than in the Middle Ages. She's not in the Middle Ages. It's contemporary.
Maybe in medieval times.
And then she's kind of flashing back. You get flashbacks to her college years, and
Okay.
she has these two romances. She has this romance with these two friends. That sounds like it's together, but it's not. It's like one and then the other. And then you're in the present, and she's kind of reuniting with one of them, and it's kind of, it's just a very, it is contemporary, but like very romance central. And you do have, like, she has kids now and she's married, and there's something going on with one of her sons, so you do have like some parental love. I would say like it's a heart-wrenching book. I cried a lot. It's not like fully like, oh, it's so cute. There's parts of it that are like, oh my god, this is so cute. And then there's other parts that are really, really sad. And like genuinely, I was like just crying my eyes out. Very heart-wrenching. But yeah, I highly recommend reading Heart the Lover.
Lily King.
Lily King.
Have you read much else by her?
So I read, right after I read that, I read Writers and Lovers.
Okay,
which also is good.
Because that's the only one I've read by her.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
That was also good. Yeah. I liked both. I liked Heart the Lover better, but that one I felt packed more of an emotional punch, which it was meant to. Because it's like, that one is very centrally about love and grief. Whereas the other one has grief in it as well, but in a different way. Yeah. And this one is like, because it's like the passing, it's like her mother has passed, and she's like grieving that and living her life. In Writers and Lovers, in this one, grief is involved, but it's, the person hasn't passed yet.
Okay. I will read it, so no spoilers.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. But it is very, very, very good. It's got love, it's got grief. It will make you cry, but it will also make you swoon, all the things. Okay. It's a really cute, like, first love story, for sure.
I'm going to add that to the top of my list. Thank you.
Yeah.
For recommending to me. On the heart-wrenching side, I think that's how we're ending our love stories here, is with heart-wrenching.
There's hope as well. But,
there's hope. Yeah. Well, I don't know your book, but I wanted to bring in James Baldwin again. I know I talked about him already. I love James Baldwin, for one. Just phenomenal writer, fiction and nonfiction. And this is If Beale Street Could Talk. Have you read this book?
If I did, it was a long time ago. I would want to read it again.
Have
Because I
you
feel like
seen
I
the
have,
movie?
but I don't think I processed it. No, I didn't see the movie.
Okay, the movie, and I rarely say this about a book I love, the movie is phenomenal. It is just as
interesting.
beautiful and heart-wrenching. It came out, I want to say not so long ago, but for all I know, it was 10 years. I want to say in the last 5 years. Very beautiful, but this is a story of two young people living in America with racial injustice, and Tish and, what is his name? Fawny, who's a sculptor. And Fawny gets arrested and imprisoned for a crime he did not commit. And it's the story, like their ongoing love story as she stays committed to loving him and dealing with racial injustice. And like, it's this moving book. Their love story is so beautiful. And then the larger themes of racial inequality are really well written. And then also kind of ending this all about love. I almost went a different way with all about love prompt, where like when I was thinking about the prompt this week, all I could think of were nonfiction books, because I just kept thinking of like social justice warriors and activists, and like, to me, to keep committing to individual action in the face of inequality, because you want it for other people, not just yourself, is like the truest form of love. Because you could, it's one thing to like create a nice little cozy life for yourself, but I think it takes so much more love to fight on the behalf of others and live uncomfortably when you could have lived a comfortable life. And so I was just thinking about James Baldwin, I was thinking about Angela Davis, just amazing people who I feel like, yeah, there's anger and there's fear and there's these other emotions, but I think the biggest emotion is love that comes through it all. And so I think James Baldwin's a great example in so many ways of love. Love to your country, love in a romantic way, love to the people around you, love to a cause.
Yeah.
And I just feel so grateful for those examples that I think we need in the world that we are facing right now. And I am gonna, like, this is my little sermon time, but like, I just feel like, especially right now with like the ICE raids that are happening around America, those people who are unaffected for the most part because you're white, it takes a lot of discomfort to go act. And I think just reminding ourselves that if we are loving humans and we want to spread love not just to our immediate families but broader, like, we have to speak out on behalf of those who it costs a lot more,
Or impacted, even if you don't know them.
Yeah, even if you don't know them. So I've just been feeling this whole last week like I'm not a romantic person, and going into February 14th is not a big deal for me, but I have been feeling just this ultimate, I'm speechless, power of love and need for love, and opening of my own heart in different ways to the community around me. And I don't just mean in like social activism. I mean, with my neighbor, with my friend, with my friend's cat, like just feeling all the feels and letting yourself open up those pores.
Yeah. There's a lot of hate in the world right now, and that is obviously what we're ingesting a lot is people's hatred.
Yeah.
Is what we're seeing on the news, and it's important that we see what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's also important to know that like when you look at what's happening in Minneapolis, it's obviously not the only thing that's happening. There are people who are showing love to their community because they're going out and
taking
fighting.
groceries, escorting kids to school, marching, calling your senator, donating. There's so many things. There's not one way to do it right, as long as you do.
Yeah, do something.
Yeah. So, and sometimes it starts with reading a book. I feel like 10 years ago now, 2016 is when I really started pushing myself to read more nonfiction and more people like James Baldwin and Kendi and Wilkerson. And it really does push you out of your boundaries. The reading does. And not just boundaries, but challenges you to think about things in ways that will change you forever. So read on, read on, love on. love on. Stop. Can you take over so I can stop talking now?
Yeah, how do we wrap this up? I don't know. We're never good at that.
That's true.
What I will say, I'll pivot, quick pivot. Brenda was like, I'm not into love. I am. I am secretly a like super cringy romance person. I don't particularly want it to happen to me. We've had this
I don't want it to happen.
like I don't. If someone actually was cringy romancy with me, it would make me uncomfortable. But But I love the idea of those things, and I love to consume those types of things. And I do like. I know everybody's always like, it's a holiday that is just for money. It's like that. We live in a capitalist society. Everything is all for money.
Is for money.
That is crazy to me.
It's the meaning we bring to it.
Poo-poo something just because there's some money involved or capitalism involved. But I actually always really like that February in the middle of winter. Granted, obviously we live in a beautiful place that February is spring for us, but other people don't feel that way, and it's like a nice. I like that you have this holiday that's all about love, and you don't have to. Obviously, it is centered around
romantic love.
Intimate love between two people, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be about loving people. Like I'm gonna send stuff to my little niece because it's her first ever Valentine's Day, or I guess maybe it's her second. But one where she's cognizant because she's not a baby anymore. She can speak and interact. So I'm going to send her a Valentine's. I'm so excited about that. We're going to do a Galentine's.
I'm a big fan of Amy Poehler's Galentine's. I do like cheesy stuff.
Like this is the month where like if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, curmudgeon-y, upset, emotional, I feel that way too, crying all the time. But like also... I've just been reaching out to people close to me all over more. I've been feeling the same way of like, let me reach out and
extend
and talk to people that I love and that love me, and we're connecting so that I can still be grounded in things that are hopeful. Yeah, because there's still hope and love. So happy Valentine's Day
and happy Galentine's Day.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's
the
over.
end.
Go away.